Situated at the southernmost tip of the great African continent, the Republic of South Africa occupies an area of over 1.2 million square kilometers. It is the second largest economy in Africa, contributing 1/5 of the continent's GDP. Its largest city, Johannesburg, has a population of 4.43 million, from many different places and peoples. Rising from the gold mines, the city is the economic hub, as prosperous as many European or American cities.
My name is Dr. David Mnyai. I'm 49 years old. I'm the director for the Center for Africa-China Study at University of Johannesburg.
David Monyai is a professor of politics who studies international relations. He joined the university 4 years ago. The University of Johannesburg was founded in 2005. It is one of the largest comprehensive universities in the region, with 50,000 students. Among them are more than 3,000 international students from 80 countries.
Yeah, I think we need something.
Today, David is hosting a spring festival party, the first official activity held by the Center for Africa-China Studies, or CACS. More than 50 experts, scholars, and elites of politics and trade have been invited to celebrate the successful establishment of the CACS. Such a gathering was something David could never have imagined possible in his childhood. David was born in Soweto, a township about 20 kilometers from Johannesburg. Soweto is known in South African history as a seat of resistance to the old apartheid regime and a long-time residence of the leader of the struggle, Nelson Mandela. When David was a child, his uncle was a strong supporter of Mandela and the anti-apartheid movement. In the years after Nelson Mandela was arrested in 1962, David's uncle, a member of the African National Congress, was forced into exile, taking the 5-year-old David with him.
My experience outside the country was quite difficult. I stayed in Mozambique, I stayed in Zimbabwe. We've seen other people attacked, some died, some injured, and I've seen a lot of suffering.
In 1990, Mandela was released from prison at the age of 72. The same year, 20-year-old David returned to his homeland and entered university.
Deal with my experiences, and therefore international relations became the best option for me to understand diplomacy, to understand relation, to understand conflicts, to understand issues of development.
And say, so help me God.
So help me God.
In April 1994, South Africa's first post-apartheid election was held, and on May 9th, Nelson Mandela was declared the first black president of South Africa.
Mandela, in terms of his political struggle and the suffering that he confronted in his life, has had a huge implication and impact on my own personal life.
After David received his PhD in international relations, he worked as a teacher at the university for 9 years, then as a political analyst for a bank, and later a congressional consultant training lawmakers. But David had always been waiting to set up an institution specializing in international relations. After Mandela came to power, the economy enjoyed a growth rate of 2.5%. However, later problems saw it stagnate and plunge into recession. In 2013, it was a baleful former president who died, aged 95, at his home in Johannesburg. This was the same year that the BRI was officially announced. Over the following years, David saw Chinese-South African cooperation starting to bring benefits. In Cape Town, television and refrigerator factories run by Hisense Group have created jobs for the locals and led to a reduced crime rate. In Port Elizabeth, the FAW vehicle production plant has created a network of upstream and downstream businesses and attracted further foreign investment.
What advantages will these bring to an ordinary African on the street, and not just to a political elite?
As my colleague said, we must also borrow their work ethics. We must also declare zero tolerance to corruption.
The benefits shown by the BRI in South Africa became a hot topic among David and his colleagues. David decided to focus his study on the BRI. He brought in Chinese professor Peng Yi to help establish the Center of Africa-China Studies. By the end of the New Year celebration, David had presented to the participants his plan for the future of the Center for Africa-China Studies.
Our gratitude once again to all stakeholders in the launch of our Center for Africa-China Studies. South Africa, Africa, and China relationship goes far deeper, way beyond the arrival of colonial powers on the African continent. The Belt Road Initiative is critical. We're producing in accredited journals, we're writing books, and there are a lot of activities that are coming.
In his introduction of CACS's future plan, David expresses his view of the BRI.
BRI is not only for China, it's for the world, and BRI will assist the African continent. The BRI Agenda 2063 are the real linking. It is also speaking to the needs of Africans.